Okay, this is day 2, still from section 2.4. Just didn't want to bombard you with too much information last night, so this will just be part 2. We'll pick up where we left off. If we've got a function, we're going to call it g of x, or the g func, equals x squared plus 5x minus 10. If we are to find g of 3, then that means we're going to evaluate this function g when x is equal to 3. So what we're going to do is just wherever we see an x, we're going to replace that x with the numbers in parentheses here, so we'll replace that x with a 3. So in simplifying here, we would get 3 squared plus 5 times 3 minus 10. And if I work all that out, that would give us 9 plus 15 minus 10, and simplifying even further, that would be 14, I believe. So g of 3 would equal 14. If we're to find g of x minus 4, then what we're doing here is, again, we're going to replace this x. Anytime you see an x, we're going to replace it with this quantity of x minus 4. I call this a box and ship method, because you box it and you ship it. And where we're going to ship it is to everywhere we see an x. So instead of x squared, I have what's in the box here, the x minus 4 squared plus 5 instead of x, again, times the quantity of x minus 4 minus 10. So in simplifying, when I take this x minus 4 and square that, I'm going to do that off the side. Don't forget, what we're going to have to do is take x minus 4 times x minus 4. We have to, that's right, FOIL it. And when we FOIL that, we will get x squared minus 8x plus 16. Okay, that takes care of squaring the x minus 4. I'm going to distribute the 5, so you have plus 5x minus 20, and then minus 10. And then simplifying, what we get is the x squared just stays there, so the negative 8x plus 5x is negative 3x. 16 minus 10 is negative 4. 16 minus 20 is negative 4. Minus 10 is negative 14. So our answer would be right here, x squared minus 3x minus 14. Just in setting this other one up here, if we have, let me try to maybe work up above a little bit here, try to make some more space, and I'll do some different color. Replacing all these x's with the quantity of x plus c, then we would have x plus c squared plus 5 times the quantity of x plus c minus 10. Now again, when we square this x plus c, we do like what we do with this x minus 4, we have to use the FOIL method there. So when we do that with that, we get x squared plus 2xc plus c squared, and then distributing the 5, we have 5x plus 5c minus 10. A lot of letters in there. So our final answer would be x squared. This 2xc, we really actually, you know what, we can't combine anything else. Nothing else can be combined. So this would be our answer. That's as simplified as it goes. There's also something called, you want to write this down here, something called the difference quotient. This is actually something that you'll use next year in calculus, for those of you moving on to that. And how it reads is this right here, the f of x plus h minus f of x, and all of that is over h. It's almost like a little formula that you're using there. That is the difference quotient. This off to the side is simply saying that h cannot equal 0, because if h is 0, we'd have 0 in the denominator, and that cannot happen. Okay, so you don't have to be too concerned with the h not equaling 0, but you do need to know this difference quotient. We're going to use this. All right, and what we're going to do is use that difference quotient on some different functions. So here it says you have a function 3x squared minus x plus 2, and we're going to find and simplify the difference quotient of that function. Well, again, here's the difference quotient, f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So in order to do this, we need to find out what is f of x plus h. All right, we need to do this. because that's what's going to go right here. So that would be 3 times the quantity of x plus h squared minus, here's another x, so the quantity of x plus h plus 2. And as we do this, if we FOIL this x plus h, right, 3 stays here, that would give us x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus this quantity of x plus h, so minus x minus h plus 2. Now I can distribute here, giving us 3x squared plus 6xh plus 3h squared minus x minus h plus 2. And I don't see anything else that we can simplify, so that is simply f of x plus h. That's what this expression is. So I can use this whole expression that I just found. That is what f of x plus h is. So we would have 3x squared, it's going to seem like it's forever, 3x squared plus 6xh plus 3h squared minus x minus h plus 2. That is this part. Minus f of x, which is the function that we were given already. So that's the quantity of 3x squared minus x plus 2. And all of that is simply over h. It's always over h. So let's see what happens here. All right, as crazy as that looks right now, things are always going to cancel when you find this difference quotient. A lot of things cancel. 3x squared, 3x squared. Since you're subtracting those actually cancel. 6xh, okay, we can't combine that with anything, so that's still there. So we have 6xh, okay, we took care of that. 3h squared, we still have that, so plus 3h squared, took care of that. Here we have negative x minus negative x. Those cancel. We have negative h, we combine that with anything, so that's there. And then 2 minus 2, those cancel as well with the h. Okay, so that is still over this h. And this is what's going to happen. These terms that don't have h's, those are going to cancel, and you're going to have a bunch of h's in there. Because what we can do is divide each of those by an h. 6xh over h, that will be 6x. 3h squared over h, that will be 3h. H over h would be 1. So our final solution will be 6x plus 3h minus 1. That's all I have for you. Pretty short notes this evening, a little bit more complicated possibly. But again, you'll come in tomorrow and we'll finish our assignment tomorrow.